Danny Boy here, and I kid you not. Hello guys, it's been a little while since I've made a video, but it is good to be back, and boy, do I have some stories for you guys. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about video games and a topic that I don't think gets enough press, specifically PlayStation 1 jewel cases. My earliest gaming memories in terms of home consoles were the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation 1. Thing about those games is I didn't really play them that much because home consoles were a no-no. They were not allowed. They were too distracting, deemed as such by my parents. I was only allowed to have a Game Boy Color, which, according to my parents, handheld consoles wouldn't be as distracting. But let me tell you, man, 2 AA batteries and boy, I was distracted. But I had friends, and they allowed me to play PlayStation 1 at their houses, so I love finding PS1 games when I can. Take a chance if you're ever looking at a garage sale or a flea market or thrift shops. If you're ever looking for PlayStation 1 titles, go in those music CD racks or bins, however they have them set up. 9 times out of 10, there's a PlayStation title in there, and you can always tell because of the little NTSC logo. When you're flipping through them, you could just visually scan your eyeballs across them and say, oh, there's NTSC, I know that right there, that's a PlayStation game. So I'm at the thrift shop, I'm flipping through, looking for those NTSC labels, and I find first a cardboard sleeve that I say to myself, what's that? I slide that out thinking it's just some random mixtape homemade, but no, it's the Metal Gear Solid demo disc for PlayStation, which is really cool. It's got the original cardboard sleeve, the original disc. I mean, it's got practically no wear on it. And I actually walked away because I was so happy with this find that I just stopped looking through the racks and I went to go buy this. And I was looking for clothes too. And then I said to myself, you know what? Let me go back. Let me finish looking through the racks. And I'm so glad I did because I found one more game even better than this one. I continue flipping through the rest of the music CDs, and then I see Castlevania Symphony of the Night pops out for 99 cents. I was blown away. When I got home, I go to crack open Castlevania, and the case literally cracked open. It cracked in half. The disc is fine. It's great. There's no scratches. The case insert and the manual itself are in really good condition, but the case just fell apart. And it got me thinking, what do you do in a case like this? Is it frowned upon to replace PlayStation 1 cases? There's one Reddit thread I found where a few people say that it's totally fine to swap the jewel cases out for new jewel cases. You can go to Staples or Office Max or whatever supply store you have near you, Target. I don't really like that though. If I was gonna buy a used car that had 75,000 miles on it, I would expect the engine to have some wear. I would expect to see some scratches, signs that it's been driven 75,000 miles. With a game, I don't expect to pick up a classic game from the 80s or 90s and it to have a pristine case. I expect to see a little wear and tear on the case. My method of changing cases out is I will select another game from my collection, one of my greatest hits, that has a nicer case, and I'll exchange the nice case that's on the greatest hits for this one. I guess if you're lucky enough to find a sealed big box PC game or one of those old computer games that has a jewel case inside, you could always open this up and use that brand new period correct jewel case. Some newer cases on big box PC titles or even music CDs, the inside of the case won't have the little compact disc logos like the original PlayStation games do. And then on a select few of the double thick PlayStation cases, here's Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, where there'd usually be a clicker to hold the disc in, there's a PlayStation logo. But do people really care about that? Or is this something that, am I nitpicking here? I have only ever seen one Reddit thread and maybe 1 or 2 YouTube videos about this topic. So let's make this video the definitive place to go for an answer. Collectors, video game enthusiasts, PlayStation 1 lovers of all ages, which do you prefer? Which method of collecting and upkeeping your jewel cases do you abide by? And how do you think everyone else should operate? Let us know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.